Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Don't mind me, I look a bit exhausted. That's because I am. Jason and I, we went out drifting until like 3-4 a.m. last night, and a few other buddies of ours. We had a lot of fun until the cops showed up. But yeah, we were out really late, so I'm kind of exhausted. But I got a lot of work to do today, so we're gonna be finishing up the S13. We're gonna be installing the intercooler kit, the brand new intercooler kit. The brand new intercooler kit. So I have it right there in the shop. You can see the old intercooler. Close up at the old intercooler, looking crusty as fuck. It came with the car, so I don't know what brand this is. Could probably like some kind of eBay or CX Racing. Let's pop the hood open. Alright, you can see the hot side. I don't even know what's going on over here. Looks like the previous owner kind of did a DIY piping. But yeah, this doesn't look like part of the kit. At least the coat side looks okay. But yeah, so I'm glad I bought the new intercooler piping kit and along with the intercooler itself. So yeah, all of this has gotta go. I'm gonna be freshening up. I just installed this hood strut not too long ago, and the driver's side gave out on me. At least the passenger side is okay, but now the hood won't stay. So I guess I'm gonna have to get a new one. We're excited for this. Let's get it. Alright guys, so this is the new intercooler kit from ISR Performance. So let's go ahead and start unboxing it. Shiny. Just on the side here. We got the hot pipe. I want to make sure that that I got everything that I needed here. Alright guys, so I got an intercooler piping kit on the side right now. We're gonna start unboxing the intercooler. Once that's out, then we can start assembling the parts together. Alright y'all, so this is the new intercooler. This thing is freaking heavy. Sheesh. I'm gonna start taking off the wrappers and assemble the parts together. Alright guys, so I got everything out of the wrappers. As you can see, first off we're going to start off by taking a look at the hardwares that came with it. So we got a bunch of clamps and some couplers. These are the hardwares. I don't think we're going to be using everything here. I think this is just extra, but it's good to have extra though. This is the longest one, and I assume this would go right here, one mount on right here. But of course, this spacer is going to be mounting in the front of it too. So yeah, this one's going to be mounting the top tab, 2L bracket. This is going to go on the bottoms. I'm gonna assume these are the two hardwares that goes with it. But yeah, I'll tell you guys which one to use as I go. As of right now, I'm just like trying to figure out which one is which. But yeah, I'll let you guys know once I start assembling and everything. But before anything else, I gotta remove all the old stuff first. Look at these bolts. Half of it is shaved off from the intercooler dragging on the ground. Damn, that's nuts. Alright guys, finally got the intercooler off. Look at that. Car looks so naked without it. Whew. Look at the difference between the two. It's freaking shiny, man. I can see myself through it. I hope I don't have to make any cut. I would assume it would be both in because this is already cut. That's already cut, but if I have to make a cut, I guess I have no choice. But yeah, so I'm gonna start assembling the new one. First, I'm gonna be mounting the intercooler and just get it all mocked up before we install the pipings. But yeah, hopefully it should be easy. Alright guys, so I'm trying to get it mocked up, and from the looks of it, I'm gonna say this L bracket is gonna be mounted on right here, the hood latch. And then the two tabs on the bottom, it's gonna be mounted on here. I'm gonna take off the old brackets. I mean, this might be a good use in the future, so I'm gonna keep it as a spare. I'm gonna try to get this L bracket installed first, so I have something to hold the intercooler up, and then we can start mounting on two right here. Alright guys, so the bolts that I'm gonna be using for the L bracket is these two. This is gonna be the shortest one of all. This is the factory bolt that came off from right here, and this is the provided one from ISR. You can see the difference. The factory one is way too small, and this is way too big. It's not gonna be screwed on here, so I'm gonna have to find another bolt that is this size and a little bit longer. Alright guys, so I managed to find the new bolts for the L brackets, and luckily I have this tray here. I bought it from Amazon. So I'm telling you guys, man, you need to get one of these because you'll need it. Anyway, so these are the new bolts. You can see they're about the same length as the provided one from ISR. If you guys are curious, it is M6 by 25. So definitely need to get a new one for the bottom at least. I hope I don't have to get a new one for the top. Hoping just gonna be a bolts on. But alright guys, so I just got the L brackets installed for both sides. Now we can start putting on the intercooler. Don't forget to use the provided washer from ISR. It's this one right here. Guys, so we have another problem. The included hardware fits the L bracket slot, but but it does not fit into the intercooler L brackets. So I'm gonna have to drill and widen this hole just a little bit on both sides, and then hopefully that's the only and last modification that we'll have to do. Alright guys, so I got the holes wide enough just for the bolt to drop in. So just like that on both sides. This just drops right in. So I'm probably gonna get the intercooler mounted on the hood latch first, and then I'll play around with the bottoms. It looks like I'm gonna have to bend the tabs so it aligns with the L brackets on here, because I try to mock it up and it looks like this is way too far down, so I have to either bend it back up and twist it just a little so it lines up with the hole on here. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys in just a little bit. Alright guys, so this is the bolt we're gonna be using for the top L bracket on the intercooler. This is gonna be the longest bolt in the hardware kit, and you're gonna be using this spacer as well. So This is how it's gonna go. Bolt's gonna be through the hole, followed by the spacer, and then after that you can just screw it on this hole. And I have verified it that this bolt indeed fits in here. It's the correct bolt, so you do not need to make any modification or change the bolt. I got the intercooler mounted, and as you can see, I'll show you guys right here. Let me turn up the brightness. But as expected, I did have to bend this tab, the one that's on the intercooler side, and twist it just so the holes lined up. This one took a lot more effort than the driver's side. The driver's side lines up almost perfect, but yeah, you're gonna need to bend it and shift towards one side to get the holes lined up. Alright, intercooler is fully mounted. I want to make sure it looks straight as possible. I think it's straight. Yeah, it's perfect. I don't have to realign it or anything. Alright guys, so I got the intercooler mounted. Now we can start assembling the intercooler pipings. So I'm going to start by installing the cold pipe first. So this one is just going to go right over here over at the intake manifold. And this connects to the throttle body, but of course I got to install the boot first. And then as for this smaller pipe, this is going to go in here. I'm hoping that I don't have to cut anything here or trim, because you know it's already been a hole that is already cut open from the previous kit. So I mean, if I have to cut or trim, then I guess I have to, but I'm gonna have to cut it out anyway in the future around here and there, because I'm gonna be installing a tub right here. I'd like to also relocate this fuse box inside the glove box compartment, so I'm gonna be doing that in a future video. But for now, I'll just leave it as is. Okay, so let's go over the couplers. So on my left, these are 3 different sizes coupler. These are going to be for the hot side, so the turbo side. And then on my right, they're all same size. I believe the 2.75 inch. But yeah, these are going to be going on the cold side, which I'm going to be doing first. So let's take these 3 and start assembling here on the cold side. Alright, so let's grab a few clamps. There's different sizes. These are the smaller ones and these are the bigger size. So I'm gonna probably take 3 or 4 of these. I'll take 4 actually. And it's gonna be on the cold side. Okay, so you grab them on the coupler. Just slide it in. Make sure it's all the way in. And next, you want to grab the clamp. Make sure to spread it out as wide as you can. And then, how am I going to position this? Oh. Actually, might have to open it up just a little bit more. There you go. Then I'm gonna leave it like this. Okay, next you're gonna get this elbow, this 90-degree elbow. This is gonna go on right here. But before you put this on, let's put on another clamp. Okay, and then you want to grab another coupler. This is gonna go on the top side. just like that. And you don't forget to install the clamp. Actually, I'm gonna install it this way so that I can have access to screw this in. So yep, just like this. Then just pop it right in the bottom here, just like so. I'm gonna leave everything here loosely or just hand tight, because I know I'm gonna have to make some adjustment. Okay, so we're done down below here. Now we can start working on the top. So over up here at the top, I'm gonna be installing the last coupler for the code side. This one is gonna go on the throttle body. Don't forget the last two clamps. So just gonna push it right in there, just like that. And I'm not gonna tighten anything yet until I make sure every pipe's lined up. Then I can start tightening it down. Pipe that goes to the throttle body. Don't forget the clamp as well. So this is just gonna butt up against that coupler in the bottom. But first, I'm gonna push it in here at the top, the throttle body, so this holds it down, just like that. So now I'm gonna go back down and connect the bottoms. Alright boys, clamps all tightened down. The only issue I have left is this vacuum hose. Seems like it was modified to fit the old intercooler kit, but all it is just a hose that connects to here, which I might have. I gotta check, but it's easy fix. So I'll take care of that later. Let's start putting on the hot side first. Alright guys, so let's assemble the hot pipes. So we have 3 couplers left. All 3 different sizes. One adapts and converts to another. You want to get this one here. You can see that this one is the taper one, and all the others are one is straight, one is slightly tapered. But this taper one here, this is gonna go. This converts 275 to 2.36. So the bigger end goes to the intercoolers, and the smaller ends go to this intercooler pipings. So it's like this. Just like so. And you have one last big clamp, and this will be for the outside here. And then you want to get another small clamp. There's 4 totals, and this one goes in here, just like so. Now that leaves you with 2 couplers, and I'm not sure how well you guys can see on camera, but this side here is slightly tapered. This converts from 2.36 to 2.25, and this is 2.25. So you want to use the taper one, and this is technically now 2.36, I believe. So the taper end will be on the top, and the bigger end will go on here, just like that. And don't forget the clamps. Okay, and then one last clamp, and that's it. This is how it's gonna look. And now that leaves you with one last coupler and a clamp. I will show you guys where this goes. It looks like this is gonna have to come out too. This is the last hot pipe, so this is gonna go on like this, just like that. And the last coupler that I was telling you guys about is this one here. So this is just gonna butt right up here. Oh, this is too big. Uh-oh. Alright guys, so it turns out this turbo inlet here is way too small and none of the coupler fits, so I might have to use the old one here, this one. So yeah, we'll see. Alright guys, so this last coupler is way too big on the turbo inlet. I've tried tightening it as much as I can and it's still too loose. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to use this old boot. I'm going to have to trim it just a little bit just so the pipe can fit in. What a bummer, but it's okay. I mean, at least this is still in good condition. So alright, so I have the ISR boot on the left, and then I'm just gonna trace where to cut, which is like right here. So I'm gonna mark about right here. Damn, it's not even working. Somewhere right there. I'm gonna cut it right there, and hopefully that should work. Alright y'all, so I got the old boot cut to size. Doesn't look the prettiest, but it should work. Shoot, it's too small. Damn. It ain't gonna work. This is too small. Let's try on this side. Yeah, it ain't gonna work. I'm gonna have to get a bigger one. Alright guys, so this is what I came up with. I joined the ISR and the old hose together. It doesn't look that great, but this is just temporary until I can find the right size coupler for that. So as for now, this should work. There you go. Woo. There you go. Alright guys, I'm pretty much done with the intercooler piping installation. Everything's all nice and tight. Looks good. All I have left is this to install this MAF, and then just call it a day. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys the overall how it looks. There it is, nice and shiny. So yeah, the only issue that I had were the brackets down there, the L brackets, and what else there, the turbo inlet coupler is not the right size, or maybe the turbo inlet pipe, everything seems to bolt up real nice now. Except for this one. I'm still gonna be working on this. I might have a hose for it, but like I said, this is easy. The main stuff for the pipings and the intercooler, all of that, or just minor stuff I can take care of later. Alright y'all, I'm gonna end the video right here. I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions, comment down below. Until then, see you guys in the next one. Peace.